Welcome back, Savvy Traders. Good to see you all this lovely Monday. What is today? Today's the 13th, halfway almost through to the month. Hopefully, everyone is having a good morning. Hope you had a great weekend. Well, for some of us, let me tell you, this whole fire thing that's been going on is just unbelievable in California. My hearts and prayers for all the people out there that lost all their homes. It's been a terrible catastrophe. I was sitting down talking to my wife this morning, having coffee with her, and we were just talking about we've seen disasters, and I told everyone this that as a trader, we experienced the most awkward and most craziest things that ever happened in trading. And oops, hold on one second. There we go. Okay, there we go. So crazy things that happen in trading. I mean, like, who would ever think like the banks will be in trouble, right? Who would ever think like a hurricane could shut down the stock market for a month? Who would ever think that someone's going to crash a plane into Twin Towers? Who would ever think hurricanes we accept. We know that's going to happen. COVID. Who ever think like we would have like the Black Death, I would probably call it, and did what it did to us, which a lot of us experienced being here for wasn't that long ago, but it's starting to be a long time ago. And now we have the forest fires, right? So, but who would think like that it would affect all of us? Well, it does. So as much as we got some good stocks, we'll talk about this SLRK. Over the weekend, I'm just sitting there and I'm thinking about you have a hurricane, right? The hurricane comes, it goes, it's done within 24 hours. The forest fires in California just has not stopped. And by the way, it's not over. It is not over. And there's a lot of stocks out there today that are being affected by. I want to talk a little bit about them. I'm actually going to do a video on it today. So if you not have subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, our Instagram, our TikTok. I just posted on X regarding about some highlights, some stocks. I want to talk about them really quick. So there was a couple of stocks that got really beat up on Friday. So all these, I did the video. Let me bring it up because I think I have to show everyone this, but I did a video. Hold on. Let me open up the window. Let me open up my Instagram. My Instagram reels. Let me bring this up here. Fausto's profile. Okay, here we are. So here it is. Here's our reels. And, you obviously, you could also see this on YouTube if you're on YouTube. So anyway, right here, California wildfires, right? So I did this event. I did this video, I think, like 3 days ago, I think I did it. And, everyone should be subscribed to the channel. So I'm talking about these forest fires, and I'm telling you how it would be affected immediately. Now, if you watch the video, and by the way, make sure you like us, friend us, share it, for crying out loud. Take it, share it. But I'll just play it really quick. And, you could see I'm talking about the fires, and I'm talking about some of the California fires, and I'm talking about specifically about certain stocks that are going to be affected by it, and what's going to impact on them. And some of them, you remember what happened in Hawaii, and I will talk about this EIX. Okay, so let me bring this up over here. This is EIX 3 days ago. I told you this 3 days ago. Okay. And you could see the stock when I brought it up 3 days ago. The stock was all the way up here, and the stock was in the $77 price range. Okay, that was all the way up here when it got affected. Look what happened. It went from 76 all the way down to 67. And then on Friday, it came out again, went from 68, it dropped all the way to 65. So, I hate talking about catastrophes and how, people well, how could you talk about that? Isn't that you're benefiting from someone's catastrophe? No, you know what? What happens if you were long the stock? Okay. What happens if you were so banked on this company from $65 and all year? Now you're like, oh, I'm doing great. It's at 85. And now you got these fires that hit. And then sure enough, look what ends up happening. You're right back down to 65. And let me tell you, it's not over. It's not over. There's a lot of them out there being affected. It wasn't just EIX that got affected by it. There was a couple other ones that are out there also. What do I got over here? Hold on a second. I had a few others out there. All right. So you had SRE that's getting affected by it, another electric company. You had PCG, another electric company is getting affected by it. There's a lot of them getting affected by it. I just told you one, but I got a whole list of them that are out there and I got them listed on my watch list. I'm gonna do a video on it, okay? Because I'm gonna explain to you how these companies get affected by it. Because let me just tell you something: it is not over. It is not over. And you know what? I want to bring something up because I hate to use the word, call them a piece of S, okay, piece of garbage. But the insurance companies, okay, I want to bring up and talk about some of the insurance companies right here. Insurance companies are going to get affected by it, but this is what really kills me. I was just doing my research over the weekend and I was dying to do this. Look at Allstate, okay? Look how much money they made over the course of the year. Stock was $100. It went all the way to 200. Okay. Look at Progressive. All right. Progressive was at 120. It's at 260. Okay. Look at Chubb. Okay, which is probably one of the big brands, as you know, what deals with more of the higher end. They probably get affected the most. They're taking a hit a little bit, but are they really taking a hit? You know what kills me about these insurance companies, and you're probably hearing it depending on what state you on, because some people like to talk about one thing and not talk bad about the other. But these insurance companies pulled out a lot of it, pulled out a lot of those people that own those homes just recently. I don't know if you're probably been reading on the news on it. So they're not going to probably get affected too bad on it, okay? Because about the forest fires, because a lot of those people at homes, they pulled the insurance companies away from them. They're like, yeah, we just cancel your insurance because your premiums went up. Your premiums went up. So when I hear about these premiums went up, you know what kills me? Remember one thing: they're not for nonprofits. They are for profit. Okay, so so as much as you think when you really need them, they don't really need you, and just shows you how well they've done over the course of the year. And now they're really going to screw to people that live in LA in those homes. Same thing that happened to people, hurricanes, just to show you when you really, 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 really need them, they're not there for you. Okay. And when you look at their stock price, it is pretty ridiculous how well they're doing. But there are a lot of the stocks that are going to get affected by it, or going to profit from it. So I will be pointing them out. The lumber companies, I'm not just talking about the Home Depots and Lowe's, but there's going to be the oil companies might get affected, might get erupted by it. And honestly, I think it was also going to get affected if it was a public company. If California was a public company, it's going to get affected by it, because you know what? The area where California got affected by, a lot of those stocks, a lot of those people that live there pay one of the highest taxes in the country. I mean, they're paying 40, 50, 60,000. I mean, they're 10, 20, $30 million homes. Some of those people are probably paying like $200,000, $300,000 in taxes. Do you know what happens when there's no home there? It's just property there. Okay. Anybody here own property? If you have no building and no nothing there, right? No nothing. Do you still pay the same amount of taxes on there? No. So those property taxes are going to probably go down to zero. So Californians are really, really going to get hit really bad when they depend on that tax revenue when those people ain't there. Now, that's going to probably affect other things. So I think this whole California wildfire thing that's going to get affected is going to be, it's going to be here for a while. And we saw what happened with COVID, where you had plenty of opportunities. So I don't think you really missed the boat. All right. Regarding about certain stocks out there. Now, regarding about swing trades, listen, that you could see there's a lot of bleeding going on right there on the right. I got out of a lot of the stocks that I'm in. Okay. I got out a lot of my swing trades. I only hold about 1 or 2 swing trades right now, but I'm glad that I got out of a lot of the swing trades. I got out of PLTR. I got out of, you could see that stock took a big hit. I got out of, you saw what's happened with Bitcoin. Got out of Bitcoin, got out of Boeing, got out of Fubo. All these stocks are starting to take big hits. RCAT, all the quantum stocks, they're all starting to take big hits right now. So, and you know what? Even the fabulous sevens, you look at Nvidia, look at all these stocks taking big hits. The bond market is obviously really ticked up, and it's really hurting the stock market. So, which has been great for us day traders, because remember, we could always short. Now, there's going to be some great opportunities, and I'm glad some of you here watching on social media. I mean, that's what we do all day. I've been doing this for 35 years. There's nothing that will not pass me, and I will not make that mistake again to sit there and dread over it and drink a glass of scotch or whatever to kind of like to recuperate some of my wounds of what's happening. No, this is where you really have to go to work. Think of you being a fireman, okay? You got paid to be a fireman. You love the benefits. You love everything. Now you get the fires. You can't say, well, I didn't really sign up for this. No, this is what you got paid for. This is where we need you. In the stock market, it's the same thing. This is what you get paid for, and that's why you're here every morning, and that's why you're a member of Cyber Trading. And if you are a trial member, This is what we train you what to think like, okay? So let's go over the watch list. Sorry to be going on a tangent right here, but I really think that there's a lot of great opportunities out there that some of you guys would need to see, and you can't harp over it, and you can't, be scared away from it. Now, there will be some bounces, okay? Now, for us, I would like these stocks to get as crushed as crush and crush. And this is my little lingo. For some of you remember, I did this on NASDAQ when I was there during COVID. And they always ask me, says, Fausto, when do you find the bottom? When do you really, really, really know when you hit the bottom? Okay. And I will always repeat this. I want to repeat it again. When you hear of the worst of the worst of the worst news, the worst, okay, of the company, and the stock is not going any lower in the consistency, and it's just hovering there, that's when it's going to be time to buy. And the only way you're going to know that is being part of CyberTrade University and being here every morning, or being part of the trading room, or being a student. So we will let you know when the bottom comes, because I'm sitting on a bunch of boatload of cash right now. I'm ready to get on the bounces on some of them. So let's go over some of these stocks anyway. So we got this stock right here. This one, I know some of you guys jumped on this SLRX. Really nice cheap move, up 200%. Just popped just now around 8:30 this morning, $1.80 all the way to a whopping $5. So that was a really, really nice move for some of you traders out there. I did check on the level 4 on that stock, and it was getting bidded up. You could see right now that the order is starting to come up a little bit on the offer, so it's starting to back it off a little bit. So we'll see how the stock opens up, but it definitely made the watch list right here. Another one that made the watch list right here too is this PHIO. Nice little trend right here on this one too. Not really seeing big iceberg orders. Looks like a mess to me right now. So you could see it's not really going anywhere since about 8 o'clock this morning. It was an early morning runner, but it is going on the watch list right here. A lot of volume. ATPC is another one that's moving up pretty nicely. There was a big iceberg order that showed up around on $2, and it looks like it's got some support levels around $2. So that one looks pretty good there. ATPC. Saga, not really going anywhere. This one looks like a buyout. Big run up right now on this one right here. VRME. It just made a nice move right now. I don't have it on level 4. Let me go check it out for you. VRME. Let's go see what's going on. See where the right of the chart tells us right here. All right. A little bit of an iceberg order just got filled at 330, and another one got filled at 3. It's coming up to 350. See that, guys, right there? A lot of green balls right there. And we go a little further. Looks pretty good. Looks nice. That looks like our favorite so far. Put that on the top of the list. BDTX. Up 23%, good volume, pharmaceutical stock. Never a fan of trading pharmaceutical stock on an uptrend a little bit. Exchange, the stock, you remember this one, guys. Remember this one? Big rally up, 5 to 60, all the way back down. Looks like she's moving up this morning. XHG, I like that one right there. XXII, I remember that stock. Nice push up, a little fast moving, good volume though. XXII. Very easy to remember that one. This one on the uptrend, 15%. All right, we're done there. Listen, it's Monday. Let's not get too cocky, okay? So let's go over here on the losers list. Anything good there? Wow, this VMR just keeps going lower and lower and lower. Just when you think like you can't go any lower, look at this stock, $700. Obviously, all the stock splits. Look at it, it's all the way down. Vision Marine. Everybody remember that one? We saw that last week. New York Stock Exchange, anything up there in the movers? This one's got some decent volume. Pharmaceutical stock. KAPA. That's not terrible. This one's got a nice little push also, but it looks like an IPO. Looks pretty new. And that pretty much does it right there. All right, traders, let's get ready for the market open up. We got about 15 minutes. I'm going to remember, please make sure you subscribe to the channel, watch those videos, and always like them and leave a comment. Okay. Very important. We answer all our comments. If you're watching on social media, please, once again, these are very important things that are going to help you to understand how to trade today's markets. You know what? You got to go to work. You don't get these opportunities. I think this forest fire that's happening right now is probably half as powerful of a catastrophe in the stock market what happened with COVID. So but I don't think we're out of the winds, I don't think we're out of the woods yet. Somebody on YouTube says, what about DATS? Okay. So DATS, like I said, it's downtrending. We already traded that stock. It had a good move just the last couple of days. So I'm not really a huge fan of it right now. I mean, it's gapped up a little bit. There are other ones out there I probably consider right now. We could put it on the watch. It's okay, but it is Friday. I mean, it is Monday, so it's the beginning of the week. The list is pretty decent. Let's focus on that. All right, traders? All right, so by the way, there's the link that we posted on YouTube. And if you guys want to watch it on social media, let me put that link out there for you. There you go. There's that link on the one on YouTube for you guys to watch it also. All right, traders. All right, guys, let's get ready for the market open up. Got 15 minutes. If you're watching on social media, if you want to join our trading room, like we always say, take your phone, scan the QR code. You got the link up there. Also, you can come and join us. If you are a member of the trading room, remember, you see something, say something. And if you're starting a new week here at Cyber Trading, if you're one of the trial members, please don't buy anything we talk about in the trading room. You are only here to see how we trained our students so they can think for themselves and how we find the stocks, because that's what it's all about. It's not us telling you what to buy. It's you need to know when to buy them. Good luck, everyone, and short. Good luck, everybody. Happy trading. We'll be back in 15 minutes in commentary, so don't go anywhere. See you in a little bit.